All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you the 35 unspoken rules to ensure corporate success. Okay, there are a lot of rules which people follow, or a lot of secrets, like they say. And people don't want to mentor or train anyone. Why? Because they don't want competition. Okay, for me, it doesn't matter because I'm not in the corporate world. And I don't think any one of you is going to take up my job. That is why I teach and train my clients because I have nothing to lose. And these are all practical, doable strategies. So, what I suggest is save this video and make sure that you take down notes and you refer to them whenever you're free. And I genuinely hope that these pointers help you because these are the points which I share with my clients who pay me. So, having said that, watch the video. And if you have any questions or doubts, comment down below. And yeah, if you have something to add, please feel free because it would definitely help you. Remember, it is small bits like these which give you the edge over your competition. This is something I wish someone had told me when I was starting my career path. Okay, so let's start. Point number one, in no particular order. The first one is always work harder on yourself than on the job. Because when you go to work, when you're working the 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever number of hours, you tend to focus on your task and you're always focusing on deliverables. That's how you're measured. But make it a point to work on yourself. And by that, I mean developing new skills, learning something new. Let me give you a small example to make it easier. Let's say you're a chef and you're working in the, let's say, where all the pastries are, the sweets, and you're busy, cracking open eggs and kneading the dough and making the sauces. But don't just focus only on the pastry or the sweets section. If you can, request the chef to put you in, let's say, the cooking section for meat, fish, or other ingredients. The reason for this is the more skills that you have, the more all-rounder you'll become, and the chances of you getting transferred to another department or getting, being given a promotion is pretty high. Because remember, the chef at the top has to know all the different areas and sections. So never stick to only one department. Always request, can I work here? And if they say no, tell them during my off hours, after 8 hours or 10 hours after working, can I work extra hours in this department for free? So that is where you're working for yourself, even though it looks like you're contributing to them. When I used to work when I was in Dublin, Ireland, and they just relegated me to just sweeping. Just imagine sweeping and cleaning the toilets. Fortunately, they were very, very pristine and clean. Not many people used to come there. I took the initiative on myself to request them, please, can you give me extra work whenever there was no work in the call center, extra work in helping the people stack the shelves, extra work in carrying the boxes, extra work in the accounts, extra work behind the till, giving the popcorn and, the soft drinks and whatever. The reason for this is I would have experience in all the different areas, and that the management notices, and eventually you get called to become a supervisor after a period of time. So the first point is work harder on yourself more than you work on the job. The second one is, it is not what you know, even though I just told you, get knowledge of everything. It is who you know that matters. Now, having knowledge of different areas or sectors is very, very important. It will always help you because you know different areas of the job. But having a godfather, knowing the owner of the company or the senior most person who can make a decision and open doors of opportunities for you is a game changer. Never, ever, ever discount that. And I would always suggest make sure that you know who's the decision maker, who's the boss, who's the owner, and either get noticed by that person or make sure that the person you communicate whenever you're free, because end of the day, the godfather, the person who makes the decision, can impact your life and change it. I used to always, no matter which organization I joined, I'd make sure that I was in touch with the owner or was in touch with the senior most person who could make decisions that would positively impact my career or even give me opportunities to work. Because remember, end of the day, if you know everything in the job, but you do not know the decision makers and the decision makers do not know you, someone else will take credit for your job and your work. Number three, whether you like it or not, your boss, the immediate boss, is the one who will decide your future. If your boss doesn't like you, your life is going to be living hell. If your boss doesn't believe in you, you're not going to get opportunities. If your boss, let's say you and your boss don't get along, it's going to be living hell. So the boss, whether you like it or not, is the most important person. So if you're in an organization and let's say your boss and you don't get along, I think it's time you start looking out for another job, because as long as the boss is there and as long as he doesn't like you, you're not going to grow. You're not going to get transferred to another department. You're not going to get the opportunities you're looking for. So make sure that your boss likes you. And I'll tell you this honestly, I have mentored quite a number of people and I made sure that, you know, they get along with their boss. And that itself opens up plenty of opportunities. Tomorrow, even if your boss goes to a new company and takes up a very senior role, just because you made him like you and he likes you, he might even call you, come join us, and he'll give you a better opening, a better salary, better opportunity. Okay, that's number three. Number four, your colleagues, the people who work with you in your own department, they can become the biggest hurdles for you. They are actually your competition. They are actually the people you should be afraid of. So don't be too close to them. Yeah, you can, have a good time, go out for coffee breaks together, go out for lunch together, go out for a good time together. But when a promotion comes, it's survival of the fittest. I do not think there is a single individual on this planet who, if there's a promotion, would say to the management, please, he's my good friend, give it to him. Let him get the promotion, ignore me. No, they will always want it, because end of the day, it's like all of you, let's say, for example, you work 8 hours or 10 hours, and one of you is getting paid more for 10 hours and the other one is getting paid less. Guess who's going to be happier? So your goal in that company is not to make friends, is not to be popular. It is to earn more money, to feed your family, to help you achieve your goals. So your colleagues and your teammates, the ones closest to you, are the biggest enemies. Number five, remember this much: every day is a new day. What you did in the past, people will forget. Let's say you achieved your target for the month of, let's say, month of April. Okay, hey, good, clap hands. You did great, April. May is a totally new month. If you don't achieve your targets that month, you might end up getting a bad mark on your performance sheet. You might actually get a warning. If you're not satisfied with your performance, you might say, I broke my back, I bust my balls, I made sure that I was number one. The management will tell you, say, listen, you became number one, yes, because we paid you the money for it. We expect the same. So every day is a new day, every week is a new week, every month is a new month. So just be careful on that, because you might think, oh, I went out of the way to achieve last month. They'll say, so what? We paid you salary, you didn't work for free. Now prove it again. Which brings me to the next point, which I'll write it down. Okay. Be careful of what standards you set up. For example, let's say you are at 100. Okay. You're at 100 and you keep achieving 100 every month. That becomes your standard. So if next month you achieve 120, then the management will say, this guy is able to achieve 120. Why should we allow him to come down to 100? So when you achieve 120, they will make 120 as your new standard. So the best option over here is, don't go out of the way to give them 120, 150. Means you're pushing yourself to so much of a limit that you can't sustain. Because if you keep pushing, if you keep achieving 150, then that becomes your standard. And this is how the management thinks. We are paying him, let's say, 10,000, for example, $10,000, whatever. He's achieving 150, whatever it is. So now if you go down, they'll be like, we paid you 10,000 for achieving 150. Why are you giving us lower than that? That means your performance is not up to the mark. Then they'll put pressure. Yeah, you can always say that, oh, okay, you're the number one performing guy in the company. If that is the case, then they'll be okay, but they'll always want you to push more. So be careful that you don't uh, achieve so much that you can't sustain. And remember, burnout is a very real thing. So don't go overboard, otherwise you will be completely disillusioned. And I've seen this, especially in Citibank. This guy, I can't get his name. He was the number one for 2 years, number one sales guy, and then for 4 months, he got burnt out. 4 months, he was not able to achieve. You would not believe this. The management actually gave him a warning letter saying that your performance is not up to the mark. Well, maybe the best of you is done. It's time for you to seek another job. That's how cold blooded organizations can get, because remember, they're not your friends. Number seven, you must have time bound targets for yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? See, every year, you're, let's say you joined a company, you're working. Every year you get your salary that you agreed for. Fine. But are you aware every year there's inflation? Every year, cost of living increases. Every year, you might want to have a better life. You'll get married, you'll have children. So your expenses increase. So if your salary doesn't increase every year, that means being, it's not like instead of going up, you're not flat, you're actually going down. Because if before with 100 you could pay the house rent, you could buy stuff and everything else, but now they've increased the price, your purchasing power comes down. So now you'll have to buy less. Before you were able to buy, let's say, 2 kilos, now you can buy only 1.5. Before, if you were able to go for movies 4 times a week, now you can go only 3 times a week, because things have become expensive. So keep that in mind. Also remember, school fees, children's cost, your own lifestyle, all that comes into play. And especially now when they have tariffs and all the increasing costs, they'll give excuses. Keep this in mind. Your job is to protect your ass. So make sure that you earn more every single year. I know that sounds very challenging, but come on, man. Expenses, they're going to spare you. So keep a goal that, okay, I'm earning, let's say, once again, 10,000. Next year, I want to target 10,000, say, 500. The following year, 11,000. Unless and until you push yourself and have such goals, you're not going to grow. And if you assume that, I'll just keep quiet and all, yeah, you will see other people grow. Or if the same organization tells you, no, man, we can't pay you more, then start looking out for another job right from the day you joined. So after 3 years, at least there'll be an opportunity, because remember, this expenses will go up. And if you're going to be happy with that salary, it's going to stick with you for life. Okay, next one. Same time bound targets. Visualize your age of 30, 40, 50, 60. You just have like 4 10-year gaps. What is the salary here? What is the salary here? What is the salary here? What is the final salary? You decide your value, your worth, the positions that you want. Because if you want to be CEO, you can't, for 30 years of your life be at the same level and then, oh, I want the maximum now. So better wake up. Every 5 years, have a practical, realistic goal. Point number 8. Don't work for more than 3 to 5 years in the same job, same position, same company. I'll tell you, you are getting in your comfort zone. Because if you worked in the same company, same position, same everything, and you're not getting anywhere else, that means that company, that position, that salary is the max you'll earn for the rest of your life. And then you need to face up to reality that they have you by your balls. Because the very fact that you're scared to get another job, the very fact that you're not getting another job, the writing is on the wall. You don't deserve more than this. In fact, maybe they're paying you much more than what you deserve. So if you're not getting other job offers, if you're not climbing after 3 to 5 years of being in the same company, boss, the writing is on the wall. You better face up to reality. Number 9, to climb higher, it's not more skills on the job. It's not more technical knowledge. It is leadership skills. because there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can learn. There are only so much skills you can do in a 24 hours. So, in order to climb, you need to be able to manage people. Say two people under you, then it should be five people, then it should be 10 people, then 20. That's the only way you're going to climb up to the top. It's not, do you think Satya Nadella or Sundar Pichai or Indra Nui or Ajay Banga, you think they keep learning all the skills and they know every department and they know every technical stuff and every software? No, they know how to manage people. So sharpen your leadership skills and join organizations, non-profit, which helps you practice that. I never thought I had in it me to be a leader. I joined Toastmasters. I became the secretary. I became the vice president membership. There are different, positions. I never thought I would be a good president. They actually made me a president. I was so scared. But guess what? I did what nobody thought was possible. In fact, even I never thought it was possible, but I became the best president for the club where the membership increased the highest and people really enjoyed. And I never thought I had it in me. So maybe you have leadership skills, but nobody has given you a chance. Better challenge yourself and get those leadership positions. Number 10 is this is the fundamental basic. If you don't have this, you don't have anything. That is, you should and must be able to generate income. See, any business operates for what? Profit, to make money. In public share, public listed companies in the US, it's shareholders. So why do you think Sundar Pichai or Ajay Banga or Satya Nadella are at that top position? They give the shareholders the money that they're looking for every quarter. So if you can generate income for the company, you can expand their markets. They will love you for it. So make sure that you're able to do that. Okay. How you do that? Well, you better, consult your mentors or your senior managers and figure out how and what they want and deliver it to them. If you are their right hand and you can deliver, they will love you. Number 11, to succeed, you need two things. One is you need to look the part visually, because when they look at you, how do you dress? How do you present yourself? How do you look? Smart? Are you overweight? Are you in shape? Do you dress up well? Do you overdress? Do you underdress? Your looks matter. And second one is, how do you sound? Do you sound like a leader? Do you have a great voice? Do you have good communication skills? So the look and sound part is very important, because remember, we live in a day and age where people judge you. And point number 12 is, they say, oh, always work smart, not work hard. Some people say work hard like your life depended on it. I would say work the hardest and work the smartest. It's a combination of both. You can't be like work so smart that you hardly work. No, that is called being a snake, being cunning. And people will notice if you're the type of manager who goes to the beach and rests and makes others work like a donkey, the word will get around. People are not stupid. And if you're the type who, like most of our Indians, low self-esteem, put your head down and work till exhaustion, well, people will take advantage. So make sure that you are a mix of both. And yes, you need to be obsessed about it. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed. So anyway, I think literally 19 minutes are up. I still have, how many? I think around, like I said, 35 points. So I'll give you part 2. Are you interested in that? If yes, comment down below. Then I'll share with you the rest of the secret strategies. Okay, having said that, comment down below. Let me know your questions, your thoughts. This is me signing off. Take care.